Well, welcome to week 3 of the Relationship Challenge. Last week was knowing yourself. This week, being safe. So let's talk about this, right? Archibald Hart writes in his book about a tripod of safety, how we're safe with each other, how to become safe, what's needed to be safe between two people. All right, so let's talk about that. It's really
important. If our relationships are going to grow and get better, we have to understand this tripod. So the tripod is 3 legs, obviously, and without one of the legs, we're not going to be safe. So the first one is called trust. But there's 2 kinds of trust.
Yep.
So there's reliability trust and there's heart trust.
And we've talked a lot about this, and the truth is, I mean, I might not be as reliable at cleaning out the garage, but I'm great at zip lines. But honestly, you have to have all 3 of these legs, as you say. And when it comes to trust, let's talk about reliability trust. I know that back when I was in the corporate world, I would say, hey, I'm going to be home at 6:30. And a meeting would come up, and I would find it, I would validate what I was doing, and I would rationalize. The truth is, after I showed up late so many times, you were raising 4 little kids.
Right.
Like, the reliability trust was broken several times, and I didn't really understand that. I thought what I was doing was fine, but that's reliability trust. Let's talk about the other trust, heart trust.
Heart trust. That's when I make decisions with you in mind. Whenever I'm anywhere else or like gonna make purchases or anything like that, every decision that I make has you in mind.
And really, I think he also talks about a little bit of that heart trust being that you have that other person, not just in mind, but it's like he's from South Africa. He has the Afrikaans phrase, "Ek het u lief," and it's like, I have your life, or I'm holding your heart in my hands, and and so it's really this selfless act of I want to make sure that I'm taking care of you. I'm prioritizing you as much as me.
Yeah.
And so that's the heart trust and the reliability trust. So that's one leg of the tripod.
Right.
Well, let's go to the second leg of the tripod.
So the second leg of the tripod is emotional availability. So this one's a little bit more tricky to explain, but if I'm going to be emotionally available to you, that means I'm going to be able to hear things from you that sometimes are about me, and sometimes it's hard for me to hear. But also I'm going to be available just to hear if you're having a hard day or if just something else is going on with you. I can be available to hear it and not turn it around and make it about me.
Yeah.
And I can, when it is about me, I can hear it and not get defensive. I can hear it and talk to you about it.
So last week, we talked about knowing yourself, and not that all of these weeks will build on to themselves or add on to each other, but knowing yourself, we talked a little bit about understanding what we need emotionally and how to be responsible. Seems to me that this is just another part of that, and that if I'm emotionally available to you, if I'm knowing myself and I'm starting to be responsible for myself emotionally, physically, spiritually, relationally, it helps me become or stay emotionally available to you.
Yes, it does.
All right, so that's another way that we can do this, is knowing ourselves. It helps me stay emotionally available to you, not being distracted by other things, honestly, emotionally.
Absolutely, and you bring up another part, though, of emotional availability, and it's that technology is so important in our worlds now, but it is really important that a phone be put away or a computer be put away, because I'm actually not really present, so I'm not emotionally available if I'm staring at my cell phone or...
Well, and even just down to this, there's no way you and I can have a meaningful conversation if Sports Center is going on in the background. I can't be talking to you and being emotionally available when I'm distracted by other things.
Absolutely.
All right, and then let's talk about that's the second leg of the tripod. Let's talk about the third leg of the tripod of safety.
Yes.
Sensitive responsiveness.
Sensitive responsiveness. Well, so this one seems like Captain Obvious, but we're not that sensitive sometimes in our responses. And so a sensitive response to a person oftentimes is, wow, I hear you. I didn't realize that was going on for you.
It doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything they're saying, right?
Absolutely not.
You're just being there present, you're being emotionally available, but then you're responding in a sensitive way, the way you would want to be responded to, honestly.
The author Brene Brown talks about the difference in like empathy and sympathy, and sensitive responses oftentimes are, gosh, I don't like it when I feel that way either, or when I've experienced that either. And so that's sort of a more empathetic or a sensitive response. So something that's not a sensitive response would be, I can't help it if you feel that way.
Oh,
Like,
I was so bad at this early in our marriage. I thought that maybe you were, I remember saying to you once, I can't help it if you're hypersensitive about this subject, because I felt like I was right. And that's the truth. As humans, we feel like we're right. I mean, it's because that's why we're thinking that.
Yeah.
You know, Emerson Eggerichs, who wrote Love and Respect, I know he says a lot, different, not wrong. You know, you're different, not wrong,
Sure.
and same with me. We think differently. That's what makes us a great couple. But so let's stay safe with each other.
Yes.
Right? And so I want to share with you James 1:19. I know we've shared this before, but it's the quick, slow verse. And it says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Mm-hmm. That's a great verse for us to really think on that verse this week.
Yeah.
All right?
In
Week
becoming
3.
safe.
All right, so here's the script. You can look on the screen. You can see your SCRIPT. We want to go through these very, very quickly, okay? Spiritual. This is a little bit different. On Monday, we want you to tell this other person where you are spiritually, and we want you to be honest. If you're struggling, just be honest. And I want to point out this very quickly. When you do this, the sensitive, responsive thing really to do here is if you're the person listening and they tell you that they're struggling spiritually, don't try to fix them.
Yeah.
That's not what they're asking for. Just be there and be a listen. So each of you tell each other where you are spiritually, and be sensitive.
And remember, this is for any relationship. I just shared with my daughter earlier today something that I was struggling with spiritually. So it's for any relationship.
Okay, Tuesday is your C word, congratulate. I want you to congratulate this other person for hanging in there with you for 3 weeks, okay? Congratulate them. Wednesday is reward. We want you to do this. Reward them because they have stayed with you for 3 weeks. Give a reward. It can be a note again, or you could do...
Chocolate works.
That's really great. All right. Thursday is your I word, and we want you to inspire the other person with an encouraging note or a song or something, a quote. Maybe you send them a quote, you text them, or you email them, or you write a note. All right, so that's your I word. Friday is the P word.
Interesting.
Oh, this is a great one. This is one I couldn't wait to get to, but pilot. This is my word here. I've been waiting to get to this 3 weeks. I've waited 3 weeks to do this.
Have.
All right. On Friday, tell them where you would take them if you were a pilot and you had your own private jet. Now, some of you are a little bit too in the box. It's okay. Money's no object. You have plenty of fuel, and you're a great pilot. Where would you take them? Tell them. Be fun. Be playful. Let them know where you would go with this other person if you were a pilot. And then again, last word, tune. Tune in Saturday and Sunday to a worship service together. Tune into what God's saying to you. We're 3 weeks in. We've got 9 left to go. Let's do this together. We'll see you next week.